अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, उम्मीद है आप खैरियत से होंगे। पिछली दफ़ा हमने 2-3 टॉपिक्स के बारे में बात की थी इन लेक्चर 31 एंड टुडे वी विल बी एलैबोरेटिंग ऑन द सेम इशू दैट वी स्टार्टेड इन द प्रीवियस लेक्चर एंड व्हाट वाज दैट वाज सोशल इन्फ्लुएंस। पिछली दफ़ा हमने थोड़ी सी बात करनी शुरू की सोशल इन्फ्लुएंस की, और जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि आज इसी को कंटिन्यू करेंगे। सो व्हाट इज़ सोशल इन्फ्लुएंस? Social influence is actually the exercise of social power by a person or group to change the attitudes of other in a particular direction. यानी आप social influence जो है वो use करते हैं एक particular direction में लोगों के attitudes या behavior को influence करने के लिए, और इसकी बहुत सी किस्में हैं। यानी you can influence people in a number of ways. तो हम ये कह सकते हैं there are several behavioral consequences of social influence, और हमने particularly 3 चीज़ों के बारे में बात की थी इन द प्रीवियस लेक्चर। व्हाट आर द बिहेवियरल कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज ऑफ सोशल इन्फ्लुएंस? फर्स्ट वन इज कन्फर्मिटी, सेकेंड वन इज कंप्लायंस एंड द थर्ड वन इज ओबीडियंस। पिछले लेक्चर में हमने कन्फर्मिटी रिसर्च के बारे में बात करना शुरू की थी। सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज कन्फर्मिटी? कन्फर्मिटी इज एक्चुअली yielding to perceived group pressure by copying the behavior and acts of others. And we talked about classical and contemporary research on conformity, और इस सिलसिले में हमने 3 रिसर्चेस का जिक्र किया था, जिसमें से पहली के बारे में पिछली लेक्चर में ही बात शुरू कर ली थी, एंड दैट वाज द रिसर्च दैट हैज़ बीन कंडक्टेड बाय शेरिफ ऑन नॉर्म डेवलपमेंट। उसके जो बाकी इश्यूज हैं वो आज डिस्कस करेंगे। व्हाट इज़ एक्चुअली नॉर्म डेवलपमेंट? शेरिफ सेज दैट व्हेन अ पर्सन इज परफॉर्मिंग इन अ ग्रुप, then the behavior of person becomes different due to normative influences. And he says that behavior of people in groups is not a sum of individuals, because it is much more than that. Because when a person is performing in a group, then that person is strongly influenced by the presence and by the opinion of other people. He did experiment on visual perceptions, और visual perception में उसने ये देखा कि if the situation is ambiguous, then there is a greater chance that people will try to adopt the opinion of other people. And the reason is that you are not certain about your own opinion. And it is also important that when the situation is ambiguous, then even the behavior of 1 or 2 people could influence or change one's also response to the situation. और ambiguity of the situation क्या थी? आपने देखा था कि it was like a psychokinetic effect, कि there was not in a movement in the lighted dot, लेकिन लोगों को ब्लैक बैकग्राउंड की वजह से, बिकॉज देयर वाज नो फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस फॉर यूजिंग, तो वो डॉट लगता था जैसे कि मूव कर रहा है। एंड पीपल गेव देयर डिफरेंट ओपिनियंस। पीपल सेड दैट इट वाज मूविंग ऑन अ रेंज ऑफ 2 inches फॉर एग्जांपल, एंड सम पीपल सेड इट वाज मूविंग ऑन अ रेंज ऑफ 6 inches while there was no movement. So Sharif talked about ambiguous situation. In ambiguous situation, we are more influenced by other people's opinion because there is ambiguity in the situation, and other people's information is used as a very valuable heuristic because the person is not very confident about his or her decisions. तो इसके आगे चलते हैं कि what is the other research that has been conducted on conformity. Social norms may come into play in uncertain situations such as ambiguous light movements, but what about when we do not agree with the majority? So in Sharif's experiment, what was the case? That people were not sure about the movement of that lighted point. That is why they were influenced by the opinion of other people. But what about those situations when we internally know that we are right, but we are influenced by the opinion of other people? So this kind of situation sometimes arises, and this is very important because in many situations people seem to conform to a majority viewpoint even though they disagree with them. For example, it happens with most of the time in jury trials. In 1992, Los Angeles, which is a city and county of USA, was rocked by its biggest racial riots in previous 25 years. And what was the reason at that time was that 4 white men were acquitted by court, and they were found, and that actually was witnessed by a videotape, that they were found beating a black man whose name was Rodney King very fiercely. So there were 3 juries. One was a lady and there was other 2 people. So the lady thought that the person who was Rodney King, he was innocent and those 4 police officers, they were guilty. लेकिन उसके बावजूद जो थे, जो दूसरे 2 ज्यूरी थे, they said that those police officers were not guilty. तो उसकी वजह से what happened that the 3rd jury, who was a lady, she had to change her opinion from guilty to non-guilty, and she said that I wish they could see, and she said that I wish they could keep their glasses clean, and to me it seemed that they were blind. And what happened there? She in fact in her heart knew that Rodney King was innocent person and he was beaten without any reason, because that was all videotaped, but she has to stick to the opinion of other juries because of group pressure. So she thought maybe they are right, and maybe she became just a bit doubtful of her opinion, and she thought maybe the information that was videotaped and which was actually captured by videotape was not sufficient enough for doing influence to the other juries. So in these kind of situations, sometimes it happens that person has to change their opinion by the pressure of other group members. Now we'll be talking about Ash's experiment on conformity, which are in the same reference which I have just talked about. Ash did visual perception experiment by assisting the research in any experiment. तो वो जो 6 लोग थे, they were actually assisting the experiment, and the participant didn't know. There was only 1 participant, and they were told that 6 other people who were actually the Confederates, they will also be participating. So what happened in that experiment, and what was the procedure? The task was that the participants were required to call out the number responding to the line that was equal in length to the standard line. So there was 1 standard line, और उसके साथ जो थी वो 3 लाइनें थी, and the person had to point out that which one is equal in length to the standard lines. There were actually 18 total judgments which everyone had to make, and there were 6, like I said before, there were 6 Confederates and 1 real participant. तो प्रोसीजर ये था कि पहले जो 5 कॉन्फेडरेट्स थे वो अपनी राय देंगे कि कौन सी लाइन जो है वो स्टैंडर्ड लाइन के बराबर है, और उसके बाद जो है वो रियल पार्टिसिपेंट वुड गिव हिज ओपिनियन, एंड फाइनली द 6th कॉन्फेडरेट वाज आस्क्ड अबाउट द लेंथ ऑफ द लाइन. So what happened that in 18th judgments, first of all, in the first 2 trials, जो कॉन्फेडरेट्स थे उन्होंने सही वाली ओपिनियन दी, यानी जौन सी स्टैंडर्ड लाइन के बराबर लाइन थी वही वाली बताई. But in the remaining 16 trials, in 12th trials, they gave the wrong opinion. यानी उसको इन्फ्लुएंस करने के लिए जो रियल पार्टिसिपेंट था उन्होंने 12 ट्रायल्स में रॉन्ग ओपिनियन दी. और उसके बाद जो है वो देखते हैं कि क्या होता है. ये देखिए कि लाइंस किस तरह की थी. ये स्लाइड पे मैं आपको दिखा रही हूँ. On the left side there is a standard line. On the right side there are 3 lines, 1, 2, 3, and the person had to point out that which line out of these 3 is equal in length to the standard line. अब ये देखिए काफ़ी obvious है कि कौन सी लाइन जो है वो बराबर है स्टैंडर्ड लाइन के, लेकिन पार्टिसिपेंट जो है वो किस तरह से कंफ्यूज हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रुप प्रेशर. So what happened that for the first 2 judgments, Confederates chose the correct line, after which they unanimously chose a clearly incorrect line in 12 of the remaining 16 trials. So like I said before, in 12 of the 16 trials, they unanimously picked the wrong line. So what was the result? That participants were so much influenced by group pressure, although maybe in their heart they knew that it was actually incorrect line that the Confederates were pointing out, that participants conformed to the incorrect majority on 37% of the trials, and 76% confirmed on at least one of the trials. In contrast, when participants made judgments privately, only 1% made errors. So it is very important that when human beings are performing in their own and they are not influenced by any group pressure, then they are not making these errors which they would in the presence of other people. And remember, this is the situation, the stimuli is not ambiguous and it is very clear कि कौन सी लाइन जो है वो स्टैंडर्ड लाइन के बराबर है. उसके बावजूद जो है वो इस तरह से क्यों हो रहा है? So the question is, why such blatant conformity when clearly incorrect responses were endorsed by the Confederates? The thing is that when person is in a group, that person wants to stick to the unanimous decision of group rather than challenging a bigger number of people. आपको एक ग्राफ दिखा रही हूँ जिसमें आप ये देखेंगे कि नंबर ऑफ कन्फर्मिंग रेस्पॉन्सेस क्या हैं विच वर मेड बाय सब्जेक्ट्स, और हर सब्जेक्ट में जो पार्टिसिपेंट था ही वाज वर्किंग अलोन विद 6 confederates, and you can see that none of them agreed in all 12 lines. ये 12 तक किसी ने कंफर्म नहीं किया, लेकिन they made conformity on 8 trials but not on 12. Not a single person confirmed on all 12 wrong trials. But these are quite interesting results, क्योंकि आपको नज़र आ रहा है कि हर ट्रायल में जो है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा लोग जो हैं वो मौजूद हैं who confirmed the wrong decision of the majority. So what happens afterward when we know that we have confirmed to group pressure, and internally we are also aware that perhaps what other people were saying that was wrong and I just stick to the opinion of other people. So what happens after the experiments? So post-conformity change of behavior happens. What is that? What is post-conformity behavior? How do people typically react to the reality of their conforming behavior when inside they know that whatever they said that may be wrong? Research suggests that almost everyone attempts to reconstruct the facts, and one of the research was conducted Buehler-Griffin. So it does mean that people reconstruct the facts. There are two situations. या तो आप ये कर लें कि आप ये कहें कि मैं ग्रुप से इन्फ्लुएंस हो गया इसलिए मैंने अपनी ओपिनियन चेंज कर ली, बट दिस इज़ आल्सो डिफिकल्ट टू से दैट बिकॉज देन देर इज़ अ inconsistency between one's attitude and behavior. And the other thing is कि आप reconstruct facts को कर लें और आप कहें कि नहीं यही वाली सही लाइन थी. So post-conformity change of behavior allows conformers to justify their behavior and thus maintain cognitive consistency. Dush and Girard had talked about two sources of group pressure. What are these two sources of group pressures? One is normative influence and the other is informational influence. Normative influence का क्या मतलब है? It is a conformity due to the desire to gain rewards or avoid punishment from the group. For example, negative evaluation of the group. In Ash's experiment, we saw that people were mostly concerned that other people will evaluate them negatively. और उनको ये डर होता है they may be mocking them, they may be ridiculing them. That is why they conform to the majority's decision. So normative influences were most likely in Ash's experiment when people are more concerned about other people's opinions. As compared to that, informational influence refers to conformity which is due to the desire to gain information, and that happens usually in ambiguous situations. जब आपको लगता है कहीं से information मिल जाए. And that happened in Sheriff's experiment. But the thing is that both can occur in same situation. दोनों जो हैं informational influences और normative influences can happen in same situation. For example, when I talked about Rodney King's case, in that case, the third juror was affected by the majorities. That was majority in that case was two other jurors, majority's opinion, and in that case she was influenced by the normative influence because there were two people and she was one. And she also thought that maybe their information is correct because the videotape was not providing enough information about the innocence of Rodney King or not. So the thing is that two kinds of influences happen. Sometimes people are working in an ambiguous situation. That is why whatever information comes from other people, they are influenced by that. As compared to that, some people sometimes are affected by what majority says, and the reason is that they are scared that they may be mocked and ridiculed if they do not stick to the opinion of other people. Shastar worked that what happens to the non-conformist. अभी तक हमने जो बात की है वो ये है कि people usually conform to majority's opinion when the information is less and when they are concerned about their repute in the group. But what happens if you do not conform to the group? So one person who did a lot of work on this issue was Shastar. In that experiment which he conducted, a group of 8 to 10 volunteers were invited to form a case study club to discuss the case of a juvenile delinquent. उसका जो नाम इन्होंने रखा था ऐसे ही एक केस इनको डिस्क्राइब किया था, तो उसका नाम उन्होंने बयान किया कि दैट जुवेनाइल डिलिंक्वेंट इज जॉनी रॉको. और they expected कि when they describe the case of Johnny Rocco, the most of the people will be in favor of Johnny Rocco the way it was described. And they were asked that you have to make recommendations of what the authorities should do on a 7-point love punishment scale with that delinquent whose name was Johnny Rocco. तो एक scale जो थी उनको बताई गई थी. On the first one side there was love and the other side, on the other extreme, that was punishment. और जैसा कि मैंने पहले कहा कि एक्सपेक्टेड ये था कि जिस तरह का केस उन्होंने तैयार किया था वो सुनकर वो जॉनी रॉको की फेवर में हो जाएंगे. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इन ईच ग्रुप देयर वर 3 कॉन्फेडरेट्स एंड हु टुक डिफरेंट ओपिनियन फ्रॉम व्हाट वाज एक्सपेक्टेड. और वो जो 3 कॉन्फेडरेट्स थे हर ग्रुप में, और रिमेंबर दैट द ग्रुप वाज ऑफ 8 to 10 पीपल. अब उन 3 कॉन्फेडरेट्स को ये कहा गया कि आपने जो है वो एक डिफरेंट ओपिनियन एक्सप्रेस करनी है. और डिफरेंट ओपिनियन क्या है कि जॉनी रॉको शुड बी पनिश्ड बाय द अथॉरिटीज बिकॉज ऑफ हिज बिहेवियर. सो एज आई सेड बिफोर, दैट वाज एक्सपेक्टेड टू बी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द ओपिनियन ऑफ अदर पीपल. सो व्हाट हैपेंड व्हेन दीज 3 confederates in each group expressed their opinion in the favor of Johnny Rocco that he should be punished? So 2 situations happened. First, the majority tried to persuade and convince the confederates that this is not the case, and they tried that other people who were 3 confederates that they should change their opinion. जब ऐसा नहीं हुआ तो उन्होंने उसको इग्नोर करना शुरू कर दिया उन तीनों लोगों को. So that was the first experiment. In the second experiment, Shastra said to the group that this is in fact too big a group to discuss such an issue, तो इससे बेहतर है कि छोटे ग्रुप बना लिए जाएं. And they were asked to choose participants who will be discussing that issue in another experiment. So what happened, that people ignored those people who were having different opinion from them, who were actually non-conformers to the group. So in the second experiment, the majority rejected non-conformists from future discussions. They did not want them to be included in the second experiment. So the result of this experiment was that if you non-conform to group, then you are rejected by the group, and sometimes people do not want to have an interaction with you, and that is the problem why people are not non-conformist. ऐसा क्यों होता है कि बाज़ औक़ात उनको ये लगता है कि अदर पीपल आर गिविंग द रॉन्ग ओपिनियन एंड देयर एटीट्यूड इज़ नॉट राइट, बट स्टिल हम उसकी खिलाफ बोलते नहीं हैं बिकॉज वी आर स्केयर्ड दैट वी विल बी टेकन आउट ऑफ द ग्रुप और वी विल बी बैनिश्ड फ्रॉम द ग्रुप. एक सेइंग है यूएस ऑथर की दैट एवरी सोसाइटी लव्स इट्स लाइव कन्फर्मिस्ट्स एंड देयर डेड ट्रबल मेकर्स. सो द प्रॉब्लम इज व्हेन यू आर अलाइव यू हैव टू कन्फर्म, लेकिन बाद में जब वो मर जाते हैं तो पीपल डू रियलाइज देयर इम्पोर्टेंस, द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ देयर ओपिनियंस. So some more research was conducted on conformity and non-conformity also, and there are higher implications involved in conformity research. अभी थोड़ी देर में उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. A meta-analysis of 23 Shastra-like deviant studies suggest that rejection by group is more likely when there are only 1 or 2 non-conformists, and that was suggested by Tata et al. In 1996. So usually non-conformists जो 1 या 2 लोग होते हैं तो they are rejected by the majority because they are a real minority. लेकिन अगर non-conformists ज़्यादा हो जाएं तो there is a chance that their view could also be in the long run accepted. Social rejection is final and perhaps most powerful form of normative influence which is directed toward non-conformists, and one of the primary causes of depression. It has been known through research by Nolan et al. In 2003. So the problem of becoming non-conformist even to a wrong opinion of some group is that people do not like to interact with them. और उससे ये नुकसान होता है कि people suffer from a lot of problems, and one of them is psychological tension. And that study which I just referred, it pointed out that people could be depressed when group reject them. And the problem this kind of behavior is that when we are very conscious that we want to become a part of the group and we don't want to be banished from that group, is that those people who are relatively young, they are mostly influenced by that. So So studies have shown that many teenagers conform to their friends' alcohol and drug use to gain acceptance. One of the studies which showed that was conducted by Williams and Zedro in 2001. So in youngsters, the reason of becoming more influenced by group pressure is that in younger years, people are still developing their political and social issues. They are still developing their opinions about political and social issues. तो अभी तक जो है उनकी पूरी तरह बिलीफ सिस्टम जो है वो डेवलप नहीं हुआ होता. And that is the reason they are mostly influenced by group pressure. And they want to get the attention, want to be favorable, in the favorable position in the group. That is why जब उनके जो दोस्त अहबाब हैं वो उनको सिगरेट स्मोकिंग का कहते हैं तो वो दिल से नहीं भी चाहते होते और बाज़ दे नो दैट देयर पेरेंट्स डोंट लाइक इट बट दे कन्फर्म टू ग्रुप प्रेशर बिकॉज दे वांट टू बी स्टेइंग इन द ग्रुप. और वो ये नहीं चाहते कि अदर फ्रेंड्स जो हैं दे वुड स्टार्ट डिसलाइकिंग एंड अवॉइडिंग देम. एंड दैट इज़ द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम ऑफ कन्फर्मिटी and conforming to the wrong issues also. Now we'll be talking about what are the factors that could influence conformity. So there are three factors. One is group size, the other is group cohesiveness, and the third one is social support. तो अब इन सब के बारे में बात करते हैं. First one is group size. Ash's experiment showed that conformity increases with group size. So what Ash did, he increased यूनानिमस कॉन्फिडरेट्स अप टू 15. तो वो सारे के सारे लोग जो थे वो 15 लोग जो हैं वो आपके मुकाबले में हैं और वो एक रॉन्ग ओपिनियन दे रहे हैं. सो द रिजल्ट्स शोड दैट कन्फर्मिटी एक्चुअली इंक्रीज्ड विद ग्रुप साइज बट ओनली अप टू 3 पीपल. तो जो पीक ऑफ द कन्फर्मिटी थी दैट वाज बिटवीन 3 to 4 पीपल एंड आफ्टर दैट इट वाज लेवल्ड ऑफ. So what could be the reason that up to 3 to 4 people you could be affected by people's opinion and after that it doesn't matter because वो थोड़ा सा स्लोप आप इस ग्राफ में देख रहे हैं कि वो नीचे हो गई है. और या ये भी हो सकता है कि 15 लोगों की भी वही अहमियत है जो 4 लोगों की अहमियत है. तो इसकी वजह ये है कि people when they are in a bigger group then they lose their individuality. तो उनका impact जो है वो इतना ज़्यादा नहीं होता. उसकी बजाय जैसे 3-4 लोग जो हैं they seem more prominent as compared to a bigger group. Talking about group size, Jennifer Campbell and Patricia Ferry in 1989 maintained that group size is very important if the situation is ambiguous. और situation जब ambiguous होती है according to them, then the decision becomes difficult. Or the decision is difficult, then people would like to have the opinion of even one person. So they said that size of the participants or confederates is less important if the situation is ambiguous. क्योंकि उस वक्त अगर कोई एक या दो शख्स जो हैं उनसे भी हमें इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाती है तो दैट इज़ वेरी वैल्यूएबल. इसकी एक मिसाल आप अपनी आम जिंदगी में लें. अगर आप कोई क्वेश्चन पेपर एग्जाम में हल कर रहे हैं और आपको कोई क्वेश्चन बिल्कुल नहीं आता और कोई उसके बारे में अंदाज़ा ही नहीं है कि क्या करना है, तो अगर आपको कहीं से ज़रा सा भी कोई और स्टूडेंट जवाब हल कर रहा है और आपकी नज़र पड़ जाए या आपको थोड़ा सा कहीं से हिंट मिल जाए तो आप फ़ौरन वो जवाब जो है वो लिख देते हैं. एज compared to that, if situation is not ambiguous and you know something about that question, तो फिर आपको एक शख्स से इन्फ्लुएंस आप इतनी जल्दी नहीं होते and you want more people to tell you that this is the right answer. The second important factor is group cohesiveness, and that was much talked about by Hogg in 1992. In general, cohesive groups engender more conformity than non-cohesive groups, and that was shown by Christensen et al. In 2004. इसकी मिसाल जो है वो हम अभी जो हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट डिस्कस किया था शास्टर का उससे लेते हैं. In Shaster's experiment, when the group was highly cohesive, it exerted its greatest pressure on deviates. So when there were more people and there were 3 confederates who gave the opinion which was different from the majority, then they all said that they don't want to work with them. और उन्होंने अपना ग्रुप जो था वो अलग बनाने पर जोर दिया and they did not want to include in the future discussion. So this happens when people who are cohesive, who seems that they are having the same opinion, they have the feeling of togetherness, then they are more sure about their opinions. The third factor is social support. So it also depends on the social support that you get from your group, that whether you conform to majority or not. In Ash studies, if people were having just one confederate who would agree with the participant, then conformity drops dramatically. and that experiment was done in 1956. So अगर एक भी शख्स जो है वो आपके साथ कॉन्फेडरेट्स में से मिल जाए, यानी जैसे पहला एक्सपेरिमेंट जिसमें 6 कॉन्फेडरेट्स थे, तो वो जो 6 के 6 इनफैक्ट 5 पहले बोलते थे पार्टिसिपेंट्स से, तो वो जो 5 लोग थे वो रॉन्ग ओपिनियन दे रहे थे विच वॉज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम पार्टिसिपेंट्स इंटरनल व्यू. तो अगर उनमें से एक शख्स जो है वही सही राय दे दे तो दैट विल ड्रॉप कन्फर्मिटी ड्रामेटिकली. और इसकी वजह क्या है? दैट यू गेट सोशल सपोर्ट फ्रॉम समवन इन द ग्रुप. The same occurs even if one confederate disagreed with everyone's opinion, and that was shown in 1952 by Ash and again by Allen and Levine in 1971. तो Ash के एक्सपेरिमेंट का एक और जो एक्सपेरिमेंट 1952 में हुआ उसका जिक्र करते हैं. This time there were 16 participants and just one confederate. So you can see that this is different from the original experiment where there was just one participant and 6 confederates. So what happened now that the only confederate was as usual giving incorrect opinion. So what happened to the participants who were actually 16? They were majority and there was just one person who was not conforming to the group standard. तो क्या हुआ कि they were surprised in the beginning कि ये क्या राय दे रहा है ये शख्स, and then they started laughing uproariously. उन्होंने बाद में हंसना शुरू कर दिया as if they were mocking that person. So it is very important that how much support you get from your group. If there is less support, like this time it was just one person, and in the previous experiment जो अभी इससे पहले मैंने जिक्र किया है कि उसमें एक शख्स आपके हक में बोलना शुरू कर दे, then conformity drops. Thus, any breaking of social consensus is enough to reduce conformity. तो जब भी हमें ऐसी सिचुएशन नजर आती है when we think that any authority or government organization is saying wrong thing, तो उस वक्त सिर्फ एक आवाज़ उठाना जो है वो important होती है. But there is another thing which is important, and what is that? And that is that people must be consistent. When a confederate who initially agrees with the participant then switches to the majority, conformity returns to normal, and that was shown by Ash in 1955. That if a person who is not behaving like the other confederates और वो आपकी तरह की राय देता है या सही राय देता है, तो then that person should stick to his opinion. अगर वो बाद में चेंज हो जाता है, then again the person who is working in a participant in the Ash experiment, what happened? He again was very much influenced by the group opinion. अब तक हम इस बारे में बात कर रहे थे कि जब ग्रुप का प्रेशर इंसान पर होता है तो people like to conform to group standards and they often change their opinion and attitude toward a particular issue. Or the reason for these things are that people don't want to be ridiculed by their group and they want to be fitting in the group. तो ऐश के एक्सपेरिमेंट जो थे उसमें ज़्यादातर ये था the person wants to be fitting in the group, ताकि जो other people हैं they would think that that person is also a part of the group. और उससे पहले जो हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट्स डिस्कस किए थे शेरिफ के, उसमें ये था कि when the situation is ambiguous, then people like to get information from where it could be available, and then in that kind of situation they will change their opinion and attitude. So अब इससे क्या नतीजा निकलता है कि क्या हमेशा जो है वो मेजॉरिटी ही कामयाब होती है? ऑल्दो हमने ये देखा कि अगर जो है वो एक शख्स आपके साथ मिल जाए एंड यू गेट अ सोशल सपोर्ट, देन यू कैन चेंज योर बिहेवियर, और उसके साथ लोग जो हैं वो कंफर्मिटी जो है वो दैट इज़ ड्रामेटिकली ड्रॉप्ड. लेकिन इसके बावजूद जो है अब तक जिस भी रिसर्च का जिक्र किया है उससे ये नतीजा निकलता है कि पीपल आर कन्फर्मिंग टू मेजॉरिटी एंड माइनॉरिटी डज नॉट हैव मच इन्फ्लुएंस. लेकिन इसके बरक्स हम ये भी देखते हैं कि एक्चुअली हिस्ट्री इज़ फिल्ड with lone individuals or powerless groups who were initially ridiculed and who were abused by majority, but later on their views were accepted by majority. So what was the reason that sometime minority individuals, in case of individuals bhi ho sakte hain minority, and they can be smaller powerless groups also. So what happens when majority has also a say? So some work has also been conducted on minority influences. And they found out that sometimes a minority can shift the views of a majority, but it does not happen very frequently. So what are the conditions that minority could also influence majority? So there are a few conditions that must be fulfilled for minority having its influence on the majority. So let's see what are these conditions. First of all, minorities will have an influence only when they are consistent and confident. अभी हमने पिछली स्लाइड में ये भी देखा कि जब आपको ग्रुप सपोर्ट भी मिलती है, यानी कोई शख्स, कोई एक कन्फेडरेट आपकी साथ सही राय दे देता है, तो कंफर्मिटी जो है वो ड्रॉप हो जाती है ग्रुप में. बट देन दैट पर्सन हु इज सेइंग द राइट थिंग शुड बी कंसिस्टेंट. अगर वो अपना बिहेवियर दोबारा चेंज कर लेता है तो फिर जो शख्स उस ग्रुप प्रेशर के अंडर है, दैट पर्सन विल बी अगेन एक्सपोज टू ग्रुप प्रेशर. सो वन एक्सपेरिमेंट वाज कंडक्टेड बाय Moscovici et al. In 1969, and that was a visual perception experiments. And in that experiments, there were actually 4 participants and 2 confederates per group. यानी 4 लोग जो थे वो participants थे और उनके साथ जो थे वो 2 confederates थे. अब आप इसमें देख रहे हैं कि confederates are in minority and participants are in majority. So what was the task in that experiment? They had to make judgments of blue slides as green or blue. तो वहाँ पर कुछ ब्लू कलर की स्लाइड्स थी जिनका कलर जो था वो थोड़ा सा रिफ्लेक्शन ग्रीनिश सा भी लग सकता था, बट दे वर एक्चुअली ब्लू. और अब उसमें उन्होंने ये बताना था कि व्हाट इज द कलर ऑफ द स्लाइड. सो देयर वर 2 सिचुएशंस क्रिएटेड. वन वाज कंसिस्टेंट माइनॉरिटी एंड द अदर वाज नॉन कंसिस्टेंट माइनॉरिटी. व्हाट वाज द डिफरेंस इन दीज 2 कंडीशंस? जो नॉन कंसिस्टेंट माइनॉरिटी थी उसमें क्या था कि कन्फेडरेट्स वुड समटाइम्स से दैट दिस स्लाइड इज ब्लू एंड समटाइम दे वुड से दैट दिस स्लाइड इज ग्रीन. सो दे वर गिविंग इनकंसिस्टेंट ओपिनियंस. सो व्हाट वाज द कंसिस्टेंट ग्रुप? कंसिस्टेंट माइनॉरिटी ग्रुप वाज दैट ग्रुप इन विच कन्फेडरेट्स वुड ऑलवेज से दैट द ब्लू स्लाइड वाज ग्रीन. तो वो ऑलवेज जो है वो रॉन्ग ओपिनियन देंगे, दैट वाज इनकरेक्ट. And we want to see that what is the importance of consistency. So you can see in this slide that as far as control group was concerned, और control group में क्या था कि उनको कोई confederates जो थे वो उनकी राय को influence करने के लिए नहीं थे, और अगर वो कहते भी थे तो वो they would be just saying like कि this is whatever they found it, they would say the right color. And control group was not much influenced by any other condition. And as far as consistent minority and inconsistent minority is concerned, when confederates were giving inconsistent opinions, then majority was not much influenced. थोड़ा बहुत influence आपको नजर आ रहा है. और when they were consistently saying that the blue slides were actually green, then you can see that even majority was influenced. अब इसमें consistency के ज़िमन में अभी इसकी बात करते हैं कि उससे पहले मुझे एक चीज़ जो है वो आपको एक 19th century feminist सुजन एंथनी की कोटेशन आपको बताना चाह रही हूँ. शी सेड, cautious careful people always casting about to preserve their reputation and social standing, so they never can bring about a reform. कि जो cautious और जो careful people होते हैं, they are more concerned about their reputation, और अपनी रेपुटेशन के बारे में कंसर्न होने की वजह से दे कैन नेवर ब्रिंग अ रिफॉर्म. बिकॉज इफ यू वांट टू ब्रिंग अ रिफॉर्म देन यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट मच हायर देन योर ओन रेपुटेशन एंड योर ओन वेलफेयर. तो ये आपने आम तौर पर ज़िंदगी में देखा होगा कि ऐसे लोग जो कि अपनी ज़ात की ज़्यादा परवाह करते हैं वो कभी भी मुआशरे में या सोसाइटी में चेंज नहीं ला सकते. तो इस एक्सपेरिमेंट में आपने क्या देखा कि व्हेन माइनॉरिटी वाज कंसिस्टेंट एंड कॉन्फिडेंट in their opinion, then they were able to even influence the majority. So as far as consistency is concerned, a lot of research has been conducted on this dimension when minority could influence majority by its consistency. And research has shown that given the informational and normative influences of confirming if a minority consistently sticks to its guns, then others attribute some degree of credibility to the minority argument. So the thing is that what is important in the majority? Majority की importance क्यों है? Obviously due to the numbers. It is generally believed that numbers are truth. यानी जो लोग ज़्यादा लोग जो बात कहते हैं वही सही होती है. और अगर जो ज़्यादा लोग बात कहते हैं then there is a greater chance that people will be affected by that number. और what happens that majority जो है उसकी बात तो इस वजह से जल्दी सुनी जाती है because they are greater in number. बट व्हाट इज द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ माइनॉरिटी? माइनॉरिटी जो है उसके पास ये नंबर्स की एडवांटेज नहीं है. So when minority will say something, then people will be very critical about that opinion in the beginning, and their opinion will be evaluated rather strictly as compared to majority. So the research has shown that minority influence also stimulates divergent thinking, and that research was shown by Lagrange et al. In 1991. So the question is, what is divergent thinking? Divergent thinking is when you think about some problem from several varying angles and perspectives. So when a minority says something, then people indulge in divergent thinking, that they think about why they are saying one particular point of view. So when minority is saying something, they are, as I said before, they are less in numbers, लेकिन अगर वो consistent रहते हैं तो other people will be evaluating and thinking why they are having a particular opinion, or this will give rise to divergent thinking in majority. So studies have shown that while it may be difficult to change majority views, minority groups can stimulate greater thoughts on the issue, which may over time lead to changes in majority attitudes. So what happens in case of minority influences? People are having a direct route of their persuasion. Direct route क्या होता है? When people are critical and they are thinking about the cognitively that what is the reason of that particular point of view or thought or problem or expression of some attitude. So when they are taking a direct route, then they are critically evaluating the situation. And then what happens when they are critically evaluating the situation? If any change comes into their attitude, then it will be a very strong change, या ये कह सकते हैं कि it will be a strong attitude. तो जब भी central या जो direct route के नतीजे में behavior में change आती है, that is very strong, और ये हमने attitudes और behavior में भी पढ़ा था. और what happens in case of majority? That majority's views are accepted because of their being greater in number, and that is a peripheral cue or peripheral route, कि जिसमें lazy thinking involve होती है, and whatever they are saying, it is accepted because of their being greater in number. So that was about their being consistent and confident of whatever they are saying. So the next thing is that the minority must also be flexible and open-minded. If minority becomes rigid, तो nobody is listening to their arguments, क्योंकि पहले ही they have a disadvantage of being less in number. इसकी एक एग्जाम्पल जो है वो नेल्सन मैंडेला है, who was very consistent and confident in his views, but at the same time he wasn't rigid. So Nelson Mandela, who was having a double minority status, he was successful in changing the social and political landscape of South Africa with his consistency and confidence, coupled with his willingness to negotiate with white leaders. तो उसमें ये दोनों खसाइस जो हैं वो पाए जाते थे. He was consistent and confident, and at the same time he was negotiating with white leaders, and that was the reason of his success. और अभी आपने एक लफ्ज़ सुना होगा, मैंने ये कहा कि नेल्सन मैंडेला was having a double minority status. What is actually a double minority status? Double minority ये होती है कि एक तो आप you are different in your beliefs and views, and at the same time you are not sharing the group membership of majority. So Nelson Mandela was different from white people in his views and beliefs. At the same time he belonged to real minority group, वो white नहीं था. इसकी एक और मिसाल इस तरह से ली जा सकती है कि if there is a gay person और वो गे लोगों के हक में बोलता है, तो then he is having a double minority, क्योंकि वो गे भी है, he is different from other people and he is taking a different viewpoint. इसके बरक्स अगर a person is heterosexual and he speaks in favor of gay people, then he is having a single minority. So in case of Nelson Mandela, he was having a double minority status, but despite that fact, he was successful because he was consistent and he was not rigid. In fact, he was very flexible as far as his negotiations with white people were concerned. So the third point is related with the same thing that we have just discussed, and that is having the status of double or single minority. So the third point is how much is the difference between minority and majority. So there is a research finding that if people are having a single minority, then there is a greater chance that they would be able to influence majority. उसके बरक्स अगर आपकी डबल माइनॉरिटी है तो ये काम ज़्यादा मुश्किल हो जाता है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद आपने देखा कि नेल्सन मंडेला जो था, he was having double minority but still he was influenced majority, and the reason was that he was possessing many things that could be able to influence majority in the long run. The fourth thing is that minority have the strongest influence when they take positions in the cultural normative directions. So whatever culture says, अगर वो उसकी डायरेक्शन में ही बात कर रहे हैं तो देयर इज अ चांस दैट दे विल बी मोर लाइकली टू इन्फ्लुएंस मेजॉरिटी इन द लॉन्ग रन. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ समवन इज सेइंग अबाउट इक्वालिटी एंड जस्टिस, तो दिस इज इन लाइन विद व्हाट मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल इन अ कंट्री वुड बिलीव, ऑल्दो सम पीपल वुड रिजेक्ट दैट, लेकिन स्टिल जो है वो ज़्यादातर लोग उसके हक में होंगे. तो अगर जो आपका कल्चर और जो नॉर्म्स कह रहे हैं, अगर आप उसी के लिए बात करते हैं, तो देयर इज अ ग्रेटर चांस दैट वट एवर यू आर सेइंग दैट विल बी लिसन्ड. आई वॉन्ट टू कोट हेयर स्टीव बाइको's quotation. He was a South African political leader between 1946 and 1977. He said that the power of a movement lies in the fact that it can indeed change the habits of people. This change is not the result of force but of dedication, of moral persuasion. So the thing is that minority may not ever had power. अगर ये देखा जाए कि minority के पास क्या strength है, तो usually power तो नहीं होती. So what is the strength of minority? Strength of minority is their dedication, being consistent and confident, and being very flexible in their dealing with the majority. Now I would like to review today's lecture. आज हमने सोशल इन्फ्लुएंस की बात की, एंड यू नो दैट वी स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस लेक्चर इन द प्रीवियस लेक्चर. और ये जो आज हमने बात की थी, ये थोड़ा सा जो है वो पिछले लेक्चर से ही इसका ताल्लुक है. इन द प्रीवियस लेक्चर, फॉर एग्जांपल, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट डिफरेंट बिहेवियरल कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस ऑफ सोशल इन्फ्लुएंस. वन ऑफ देम इज कंफर्मिटी, second is compliance, and the third one is obedience. In the previous lecture, we talked about conformity research, classical and contemporary conformity research. And in the previous lecture, we talked about norm development studies that were conducted by Sharif. अब इनका जिक्र इसलिए कर रही हूँ कि आज का लेक्चर जो था वो इन्हीं से ताल्लुक़ रखता था. और जो शेरिफ की स्टडीज़ थी, दे वर मोस्टली अबाउट द ambiguity of the situation. When the situation is ambiguous, then people like to get information from other people because they are not very confident about their own opinion. And information of other people serves as a very valuable heuristic. And then in today's lecture, we started talking about other situation when people in their heart know that what majority is saying is not right. तो वो ambiguous situation में तो उनको पता नहीं होता कि जो असल जो बात है वो क्या है. But as far as situation is very clear, then they know that what is right and wrong, but still they could be influenced by the opinion of other people. और इसमें हमने आज एक केस, एक black man के केस का जिक्र किया, whose name was Rodney King, and one juror was influenced by the opinion of other two jurors because of group pressure. And then we started talking about Ash's experiment on conformity. In fact, जो Ash के experiment हैं, they are the most famous one on the research that has been conducted so far on conformity. Ash's experiments were also about visual perception, and he said that even if people are internally clear that what is right or wrong, but in experimental situation they are strongly influenced by what other people are saying. And the reason is that they are scared that they may be mocked, ridiculed by other people. And the primary thing which is important to minority is that they want to be fitting in the group, and what other people are saying, they want to say things in the same direction. Ash in fact did a lot of experiments on conformity. जो पहला experiment था वो उसका ये था कि when there are a lot of people in the group and there is just one participant, then people like to be influenced by the opinion of other people. दूसरे experiment में, which was conducted in 1952, there were 16 participants and there was just one confederate. He was giving wrong or incorrect answers. And what happened that the participants were very surprised in the beginning on the incorrect answer, then they started laughing. और उससे जो है वो conformity जो है वो suddenly जो है वो drop हो जाती है. एक और एक्सपेरिमेंट जो था वो किया गया था कि अगर एक शख्स जो है वो आपके हक में बोलना शुरू कर दे, सो वट एवर यू आर सेइंग वन पर्सन सेज, एंड then what happens that conformity is again dropped dramatically. But then consistency is very important, that if someone is supporting you, he says in the next trials also in the same direction that what you are doing, then there is a greater chance that conformity will not be retained. अगर confederate जो है वो अपनी राय दोबारा change कर लेता है तो there is more likely that the participant will be again conforming to what the majority was saying. उसके बाद हमने कुछ काम जो था वो डिस्कस किया शास्त्र का. शास्त्र इन फैक्ट टॉक्ड अबाउट रिजेक्शन ऑफ द नॉन कन्फर्मिस्ट्स, दैट व्हाई पीपल आर कन्फर्मिंग टू व्हाट अदर पीपल आर सेइंग. So in most of the occasions it happens that people are conforming to majority's viewpoint because of the threat that they will be abolished, they will be banished from the group. और ये भी है कि पीपल जो हैं वो who belong to majority they will not be having interaction with them. और इसकी वजह से जो है वो नॉन कन्फर्मिटी करते हुए लोग डरते हैं. एंड देन देयर इज अ रिसर्च विच शोज दैट इफ वन पर्सन स्टार्ट्स saying something which is different from what majority is saying, तो फिर बाकी लोग जो हैं उनमें भी हिम्मत पैदा हो जाती है. शायद इसीलिए ये कहा जाता है कि अगर जुल्म के खिलाफ आवाज़ एक शख्स उठा ले तो बाकी आवाज़ें भी उसके साथ शामिल हो जाती हैं. बट द क्वेश्चन इज ऑलवेज दैट हु विल बी द फर्स्ट पर्सन. एंड देन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट फैक्टर्स विच कुड अफेक्ट conformity, and we talked about 3 factors. One of them was size, the other was cohesiveness, and the third was social support. As far as size is concerned, it is not that whatever size you increase तो उससे जो है वो conformity जो है वो भी बढ़ती जाएगी. Ash's once experiment showed that actually conformity is at peak when there are 3-4 people in the group. और अगर उससे जो है वो आप 15 तक भी बढ़ा दें तो conformity is not much influenced. और उसकी वजह ये है कि जो individuality है वो बड़े ग्रुप में lost हो जाती है. And the second thing was cohesiveness of the group. If people are having cohesiveness, a sense of togetherness with each of them, then what happens that they are going to influence the other people. और अगर जैसे आपने शास्त्र के एक्सपेरिमेंट्स में देखा था कि जिसमें 3 कॉन्फेडरेट थे विच वर गिविंग डिफरेंट ओपिनियन एंड द अदर पीपल फाइनली found them non-conformist and they did not want to include them in future discussions. So what happens that when group is cohesive together, then they are not influenced by other people's opinion and they are having the same direction as far as their opinions are concerned. And then we talked about social support. कि अगर आपको ग्रुप में से किसी से भी सपोर्ट मिल जाए तो इट्स अ चांस कि आप जो है वो आप अपनी ओपिनियन पर कायम रहेंगे. और इसकी जो पहली मिसाल थी मैंने एक ऐश के एक्सपेरिमेंट में दी थी जिसमें 16 वर पार्टिसिपेंट्स एंड 1 वाज कॉन्फेडरेट. तो ऑल पीपल वर हैविंग सोशल सपोर्ट, सो दे स्टेड टुगेदर एंड दे स्टार्टेड लाफिंग ऑन द 1 कॉन्फेडरेट. सिमिलरली अगर आपको ग्रुप में से 5 कॉन्फेडरेट, जो पहला एक्सपेरिमेंट था ऐश का, उसमें से एक शख्स जो है वही पार्टिसिपेंट के साथ करेक्ट लाइन को आइडेंटिफाई करना शुरू कर देता है तो देयर इज अ चांस दैट कन्फर्मिटी विल बी ड्रॉप्ड. And then we talked about minority influences and we discussed that it is not that always majority will succeed. कभी कभार ये भी होता है कि minority जो है वो भी majority को influence करने में कामयाब हो जाती है. But there are certain conditions that must be fulfilled for minority influencing the majority. And what are these conditions? One of them was consistency and confidence. That if minority is expressing their view, if they have some particular motive or motto, then they should stick on that. अगर वो उसमें से बार बार चेंज हो जाएंगे and if they would be inconsistent, so there is not much likely that they will be able eventually to influence the majority. इसके बाद हमने flexibility और open mindedness की बात की थी कि minority have a disadvantage of being less in number. So because of that disadvantage, they should be consistent, one thing, and secondly they should be flexible. क्योंकि if they are rigid, then in the beginning hatred will be created for them और उनके लिए रास्ता जो है वो हमवार नहीं होगा. So they must be open-minded and flexible while they are negotiating or talking with majority. और सिलसिले में हमने नेल्सन मंडेला की मिसाल ली थी. And then we talked about degree of difference between majority and minority. studies have shown if there is more difference between majority and minority, then it is very difficult to influence majority. And fourthly, we talked about position in the direction of cultural norms. If minority is saying what most of the people in society do believe, and they are saying in line with the cultural norms, और उसी डायरेक्शन में बात कर रहे हैं, तो इवेंचुअली देयर इज़ अ चांस दैट दे विल बी लिसन्ड. और एक चीज़ हमने डिस्कस की थी कि जो माइनॉरिटी है दे हैव अ वेरी डिसएडवांटेज पोजीशन, ये तो बात हो गई थी. बट उसके बाद जो होता है कि देयर व्यूज़ आर वेरी क्रिटिकली इवैल्यूएटेड, सो पीपल टेक अ डायरेक्ट राउट ऑफ परसुएशन व्हेन दे आर लिसनिंग टू माइनॉरिटी. दैट इज़ वाई दे आर इन्वॉल्व्ड इन डाइवर्जेंट थिंकिंग. तो बहुत से वेरिंग पर्सपेक्टिव से देखते हैं कि माइनॉरिटी क्या कह रही है. But the advantage is when they take a direct route of persuasion, then whatever change comes into the opinion of majority, that is usually long lasting, and that may be having more effect than the views of majority. लेकिन एक बात और भी है कि it is not always essential that people who belong to minority, and sometimes it happens that even though they are consistent, flexible, they have less degree of difference with majority, and they are talking in favor of cultural norms also, still sometime they are not successful. So sometime it depends on the power of majority. So this was all about today's lecture. In the next lecture we will be talking on social influence again, लेकिन हम दूसरे perspective के बारे में बात करेंगे, and that is compliance and obedience. तो अगले lecture तक के लिए खुदा हाफिज.